Strong Warriors. It's Professor Eric.
How's it going, guys?
Crew Joe. And it's Friday, so we're going to do a colleague video. And we're just going to cover some simple knife defense, but not even really defense, just how disarms work, because that seems to be a big thing in the community. One, a disarm is pretty much the most dangerous thing that you can do. If Eric has a knife and I have a knife, what I really want to do is try to defang the snake and make a cut at long range first without myself getting cut. You never want to have a fantasy of like, oh, I'm armed, so is he, let's get in a fight. It's like, oh man, let's both pull our guns and get in a gunfight. Like, somebody's not going home and 50% odds are that it could be you. Yep. So you don't ever want to get in this situation, but the material is fun to play with. It's interesting how it works. So pretty much there's only two positions that can happen with each hand. So if you just hold your arm out here, my hand can be on top, and just like a wrist lock, my four fingers are going to go to the two middle knuckles, and my thumb is going to go to the pad of the palm at the ball joint at the base of the thumb. So that would be position number one for the left hand. The only other thing that can happen for these that I'm going to do is it could be upside down like this, but see, the grip has not changed. It's just either upright or this way. Same with my right hand, but it will usually be on the other side. So now my four fingers are going to go to the ball joint of the thumb, and my thumb will go to the middle of the two knuckles in the palm. If you feel your palm, you can feel the bones between the hand, and you want to be right on the center. Like, there's wrist lock disarms too. See, same thing. My left hand, four fingers are in, my thumb is here. This could be a viable disarm this way. I could use my forearm, I could grab the handle and take it out. But I just wanted to give you like two super easy ones. The last principle is that the thumb, the opposable digit, dictates every disarm. I think I've asked the internet to deliver on this before, but I don't know any disarm that doesn't have to do with clearing the thumb. It doesn't matter the orientation of his hand. So let's just get started here. So if I grab on top and I bring this down, I'm going to push forward. So it looks like I'm pushing into his fingers, but the leverage is actually going this way. So the handle is going against the thumb, and that's what creates the strip. So like if I have a tactical pen, see, I might hit the hand, go to the throat, come back, and that would be the strip. And these are just two of the ones I get all the time in live sparring. Okay, it doesn't mean I don't get cut, but it's just they're effective. Yep. So if we look at the same exact thing, but from a backhand, if my right hand goes on top and I bring it down this way, now I'm going to shear with my forearm on this side. So they're pretty much exactly the same. And a lot of people talk about this as like the clock disarms, because they go around the hand at like different degrees, so it looks like a clock, 1, 2, 3.
Makes sense.
But I think we could talk about it, we could say like even easier. So see, if I grab here, I can take it out at the top with my right hand. If I grab with my right hand, I take it out with the bottom with my left hand. But it could be horizontal, it could be upright, it could be facing Eric, it could be over here. It's all the same disarm to me. It's just, am I in a natural palm down grip, or is my hand in reverse grip this way? And the ones that work the most often generally function this way. So one thing you have to consider is, say he feeds a forehand, if I can convert it to a backhand, now I can get to the same structure. I could take it and I could yank it down and be here. That would work also. So you just have to find ways to get into these positions. So let's just do two here.
Forehand.
So if I go forehand and my left hand brings it down, my right hand is going to shear the lever this way. It should be like a punch. Sometimes it's called a bow and arrow disarm because you go opposite directions, but I don't want to go sideways. See, I lose the leverage. I want to create, like, feel the tension in the shoulder. I want to go straight forward and just pull this over my arm so I minimize the chance of being cut. I don't want to give any play to the blade. Okay? If he feeds me a backhand, I can go to the eye or something here, but I'm just going to grab this. I step back so he doesn't cut me on the way, and I want him off balance a little bit. And now I do the same exact thing. I place my forearm against the bottom knuckle, and I just push through. So again, I'm going against the thumb here. So that pretty much just gives you one you can do over your right hip and one you can do over your left hip. Pretty easy, you know, like let's say you come with like the psycho stab. See, this is nearly the same position. I'm still grabbing the thumb in the center of the palm, or I can reach under like that. So these configurations, they'll come out, doesn't matter your grip, doesn't matter what angle you swing. It's like a takedown. No matter what punch the guy throws in MMA, does a kick, I have to find a way to get to my takedown. And disarms are like the same exact way. All right, let's try this. Let's just try to get near the camera real quick.
Okay.
So you guys can see the grip. So I think it's like
right here.
Right here, if you just put your hand up. So if you guys can see this, see my thumb vies for the weapon. I want to touch the handle, and my 4 fingers go to the bones here. So can you wiggle the blade at all?
Yep, and the grip is very, very weak.
Yeah, it's weak, and he can't find me anywhere. So if it's my right hand, my fingers touch the handle, and my thumb goes to the center joint. And yeah, I always want to create like a heavy anchor or something. So again, can you wiggle it?
Nope.
The mistake people make is they use like a claw hand, or worse, they grab the wrist, and now you have play where you can cut me and even get away, okay? So that's pretty much it. So when you're looking at any disarm on the internet, if you see anything else out there, look at how it dislocates towards the joint of the thumb, and you'll be able to come up with dozens of these. You know, I probably know like 30 unique disarms, but I really only use like 3 or 4 all the time. Just like, I don't know, how many takedowns do we know?
Yeah.
But I probably use 3 or 4 all the time. And my 3 or 4 are different than Eric's 3 or 4. Doesn't mean they're not good, it's just differences in perspective. So, like Jean-Jacques Machado says, you learn a lot so you can fine-tune a little bit. And I think that's really true.
Absolutely.
So I play with them all because they're really fun. But when it comes time to spar, I usually do one of these 2 that we just did. And I consider it the same. Again, when it's here, see if my left hand crosses, my right arm can shear across the top. If it's over here, same thing. But to me, that doesn't make a difference if it's high or low.
For sure.
It's the same backhand, same thing happening. So out of 2, you can get 4 and just keep adding on from there. Right on. If you guys have any questions about disarms, or if there's something you want to see in particular involving that, I don't put a lot of knife work out on YouTube, but I think defense is really great.
For sure.
And this stuff is just, to me, it's just kind of interesting how the physics of it work.
Yeah, and it's because it's almost it's the same exact thing. If I'm trying to get my knife away from you, if you have a bad grip, I go against the thumb to get my.
Yeah, exactly, like a wrist grip.
Yeah,
if I do this.
See, I mean, like it's just like jujitsu when we talk about like how to get the hand back, we go against the thumb. So it's the same exact principle. If someone's grabbing me and trying to, not that I would really want to get my knife back to stab somebody.
No, there's a couple times we weren't even doing knife training, we were doing grappling, and he borrowed the thumb mechanic.
Yeah, it works really well everywhere.
You change one of your arm drags to do like here.
It's just so much different.
It was so heavy.
Yeah.
Because before I would just, I'll repummel and come in. Now there's no repummel.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing. You just take those principles and apply them in different things, everywhere, right?
Absolutely.
That's the really interesting thing about martial arts is this being able to like think in those terms of being able to like just borrow from different things and making everything better.
Right. It's almost like what you said the other day. You should almost like take it outside with you and apply it to the rest of your life.
Oh, almost.
Weird, strange. Yeah. All right, guys. We appreciate you. Have a great 4th of July weekend.
Yep.
And we'll be back next week with some JKD striking first thing. And until then, Warriors are out.
See you guys.